And now the fun stuff. What we are going to do when our user clicks the done button? Well, basically what we want to do is to update our user object. So for this, we need to go to our MUser and scroll down. Actually, we can check here if we have any update status. So currently for this class, we don't have any way to update our user object. But let's say for our basket, if you remember, we wrote this function to update basket in Firestore with values. So this is something similar we are going to do with our user item. So let's go to our MUser class, scroll all the way down. I'm going to put a mark here called this update user, and we are going to write a function called this update current user in Firestore, and we're going to pass with values, and this is going to be a dictionary of string any, and we're going to have a callback which is a completion. So once the update has finished, we are being notified, and we want to get the error. So in case if there was an error, because this is an optional, we are going to pass it to our user. Then we say wait here as a return, and this is it. This is all the function. And now we are going to check if our current user is logged in our device. So we say if let dictionary is equals to user defaults dot current dot standard, and then we are going to grab an object for key k current user. So if our local user is saved, and then we will have this dictionary, then we are going to get user object from our user defaults. So I'm going to say let user object is equals, and I'm going to say dictionary, which is any right now. If you see, I'm typing it. Our Xcode knows that this can be any object. I need to specify that this is as NS dictionary, because we know what we have saved into our user defaults under the key current user, and this is an NS dictionary. And then I'm going to create a copy of this object. So say mutable copy. So in doing mutable copy, we can take this dictionary and change it. And I need to specify that this is NS mutable dictionary, so that we can actually update our dictionary. And then I'm going to say user object dot set value, and the value for keys, actually this is not the one we need, values for keys, and we're going to pass values and keys here, and this is going to be our with values. At this, what we are doing actually is updating our user object. So first we take it from our user defaults, then we update this user object, and then we can update our Firebase. So we say Firebase reference, and we need to access our users. Then we need to get the document for our specific user, which is muser.currentID. And then we want to update this. So we say update data with fields, and the fields here is going to be, so we need the completion handler. The fields is going to be our with values. and completion, we're going to hit enter. We pass an error variable name here, and in our callback I'm going to just say completion, and I will pass my error. In case if it's a nil, it's going to send the nil to my user, and if it's not, I'm going to say if error is equals to nil, it means our update was successful. We want to update our local user as well, so we say save user locally, and we're going to pass our user object. And remember, we have updated our user object, and now we are just saving it back to our user defaults. So we are updating our local user only if our Cloud Firestore user was updated successfully. So having this function now, we can use this in our finish registration. So whenever we click our done button, we want to take all this information from here, add it to our user, and save it to our Firestore and to our local user as well.